thing. I think obviously over the last few months, of course, Ollie seems to have been under pressure since he walked into the club. And that's not going to go away, because from the first day he got the job, people didn't think he was up to it because of his track record, his CV at Cardiff, which was was a tough enough job. So every time there's a problem like that, the pressure's just going to build on Ollie. But also a lot of the players, we look particularly at the second goal. I look at Shaw and De Gea. These are established international footballers. How they can't smell the danger? And we talk about players getting back in, but there comes a point where you get back in numbers and you go, no, we've got to come alive. We've got to defend with intensity, and you see it in players' eyes. But these boys are too casual. Obviously, we see with the first goal, people not stopping the crosses.
Does that come from the manager, though?
Well, like, Ollie has to take responsibility. Of course he is. Listen, I've defended Ollie for the last 1 or 2 years, but he's the manager, his staff, they've got to look and going, they need to get more out of these players. Ultimately, listen, I'll argue all day with people. I always think it comes back to your DNA. You go there and do, if someone's telling you've got to run and close somebody down and you're in trouble, but the lack of quality, the players, particularly in midfield, they are so short in midfield in terms of physicality, quality.
If you're lacking in quality, though, you could still get out. We talked about before the game, like dropping deep. If you're in the midfield, it's when the ball comes into that area, you've still got to go after the ball.
I'd like to go in hard on the United players, but today I'm actually feeling sorry for them. I think some of the United players they're just not up to playing for Man United, particularly at home. The time to judge a player when I was at United, and Alex Ferguson always mentioned, when you're judging the players, how they can cope with playing in front of 70, 75,000. When you're under the cosh, and Man United are under the cosh today in the first half, which is fine, but you stay in the fight. This team doesn't stay in the fight. You're going to half-time 1-0 down. Listen, it's not ideal, but you regroup as a team. You're on the ropes, but you got to keep swinging. But this team doesn't. This team almost says, we're up against it, we haven't got the quality. And I wouldn't say they throw the towel in, because that's really it's tough to throw that at any team. But they just don't have that desire and fight to stay in the fight. You got to stay in there. I've played with really good players here at Man United. The amount of times we just hung in there and ended up getting a kind of a late goal or a late equaliser, and you show your quality, but they're not showing. This team doesn't have what I would use personality. They talk about during the week United, and they're trying things. I'm sure they're a decent group and they go for lunch and all this type of thing, but it's what happens when the referee blows the whistle. And there's one yellow card for Man United today. I think it was for Ronaldo. Now, I'm not saying go up and get 7, 8 yellow cards. That doesn't win you football matches. But it is a derby game. You have to show your quality, but you do have to show some sort of emotion in the game. Go and close somebody down. I've often had it when I've not been at the races in the game, but I go, do you know what I might do is I might smash into somebody just to make me feel better. And sometimes it gets a reaction from the other players or the fans. This is a derby game today for Manchester United, and I think the fans... after watching that, I totally understand why fans would leave after an hour. And I'm always critical of supporters. You stay till the end, you support your team. But when you're watching that for an hour, you say, come on, we need more.